Okay, so in this quick tutorial, I'll show you how to perform linear regression in Excel in just a few minutes. So whether you're analyzing sales trends or predicting future values or just brushing up on your data skills, this tutorial is for you. So let's dive in. So I will share my screen and show you a simple data sheet let me make sure we have it over here. Here we are. And share. All right, so what you'll see here is some ad spend and some sales. All right, so we have ad spend in column A and then our sales based on that ad spend, we hope, right, in column B. And so if we wanted to see, is there a relationship, right, in our ad spend and our sales, right? Is if we increase our ad spend, do our sales have a correlation, right? Do they also increase? So we would use regression analysis. And so I always tell my students, think about when you were in maybe seventh grade learning y equals mx plus b and slope, rise over run. That is exactly what we're doing here. We're saying is, right, the independent variable x changing our y, our dependent variable, which in this case would be our sales. So first thing you want to do is to look, do I have the data analysis tool pack enabled? All right, in order to figure out if you have the data analysis tool pack enabled, you would go to your data tab here and go over to data analysis. It would be under analysis and data analysis tools. So this is where you're going to run regression. When I first, opened a brand new Excel, I had to enable this tool pack. So if that's you, you need to go to File, Options, right? If you're not seeing it, you need to enable the tool pack. So go to Add-ins. And then you're going to see this analysis tool pack up here. And so when you go to Excel add-ins, you'll hit go. And then you need to just make sure if these are not checked, okay, you need to just make sure that you check your analysis tool packs and hit OK. And now when you go to your data ribbon up here, you should see the data analysis tool pack. So that's what we're going to click. And then we're going to find regression if you scroll down and click that. And what we want to do is we're going to put a Y range and an X range in our regression. And so Y is our dependent variable. So in this case, Y, whoops, is going to be, drop it back down, is going to be our sales. All right. So we want Y to be our sales and we want X to be our ad spend. Okay. And you can, so if we clicked our label, so if we clicked sales and included that and clicked ad spend in our, oops, okay, sales, here's our dependent variable Y. Ad spend is our independent variable X. If we include the headers, then you can click labels and it will know that those are labels in the top. And then we can tell it, do we want it to be in a new worksheet? Where do we want to put it? And then what all do we want to show? Do we want to show residuals, standardized residuals? I'm just going to leave it as is and just run a normal regression in a new worksheet. So let's hit OK. Okay, let's see what it says here. First character, you typed, why does it think I have a formula here? Oh, because it went way over here. It should just be A1 to A11, not A1 to 11. I don't know why the extra dollar sign's there. I clicked something. There we go. Now, hit OK. All right, so now you'll see your regression. And so if we click, I'm going to expand these so we can see what they are. So R squared tells us how strong the relationship is between X and Y. And then the other ones we're going to want to look at are our intercept, okay, which is like our B0 is another symbol you'll see for that. And that is when ad spend is 0, what is our intercept? What is Y? And then here's our ad spend. And so we would want to use our M and our which is slope, and our B, which is our intercept, okay? So we would use Y equals mx plus b in order to form an equation to figure out every X dollar of ad spend will impact our sales by Y, okay? And so And so what I want to do now is make these numbers a little prettier. So let's just get these in a format that we can actually see. And so our intercept, or our b in y equals mx plus b, is 0 in this case. That means that if ad spend, right, doesn't take place, our coefficient is 0, right? Our intercept, sorry, is 0. And so our sales will be 0, right? If we don't spend anything on ads, the prediction for sales will be 0. So this would be our M, our slope, which is saying for every dollar we spend of X, our Y, dependent variable sales, would go up by 2. So our equation, if you wanted to write it in an equation, which is what I have my students do, would be y, and I'll put this in quote, y equals m, so m would be 2x plus b, which is our intercept, which is 0. Okay, so this would mean that sales Y would be 0, right, if we spend nothing. If we spent $1, so if X was $1 on ad spend, then our sales would be $2. That's how we can basically pull any value of X. So if I wanted to spend $1,000 on ads, what do I predict my sales to be? Well, you can use now this equation we got from our regression analysis and say Y equals, right, 2 times, well, if our ad spend is $1,000, plus 0, right? That would be our equation. And it would be, the sales would be $2,000. That would be our prediction. And so this is how you would use your regression analysis to get your B, your intercept, and your independent variable X, the slope. So M, that you would multiply by your independent variable X to predict your sales. And so if you see here, it makes sense, right? With very few data points, we probably could have picked two and figured out, or even just looked at the trend. Obviously, it's doubling for every amount spent in our advertising. However, if you have a lot of data points and it's not as pretty and clean as this, regression can really be helpful, especially when you get into decimals and things. So if you are wanting to know, does ad spend, or do Facebook ads, right? For every dollar of Facebook ads I spend in my business, is it impacting my sales? You could run regression. You could also do something called multiple regression, which is more complex, and we will do some multiple linear regression analysis in some more advanced videos. But for now, at least you have a good understanding of how to run regression and use the results, right? Your intercept and your M to get an equation to predict your sales for certain levels of ad spend. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.